Hi
Welcome,
there.
Mel. Welcome, welcome. How are you? This
I'm
is
good.
Hi. Where are you calling in from?
I'm from Pryor, Oklahoma.
Ah, just up the road. I-35 all the way.
Yeah. Where are you guys at?
Waco, Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been there. Went to the silos and stuff.
Oh gosh, yes, the biggest attraction in town. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am.
That's so fun. Well,
Okay, I
it's the
think
best thing for our economy. So thank you for coming to Waco.
You're welcome. It was fun.
It is fun. Yeah. Yeah, Chip Gaines has written his book now. It's called Capital Gains, Gain, his name.
that's a good one,
Oh, I'll
actually.
bet.
I love it. So cute. Yeah, a friend of mine has a fence that backs up to their rural property. But she never sees them, but
Oh, yeah.
she's
Wow.
adjacent to their real estate.
Oh, I'd love to be out there. I'm out in the country a little bit, but not too much.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Tia, I
Oklahoma is a
think
big
we're all
state.
good.
Okay, fantastic. I just popped in to make sure.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you so much. Thanks, Tia.
Absolutely.
Tia's our virtual assistant, and sometimes she comes on with us when we need help. So
Oh,
we
nice.
we really appreciate her. So did you survive the ice storm, Mel?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I did. We had about 11 inches of snow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Well,
it just went away probably 2 days ago. I've been home. I just had cervical fusion surgery 3 weeks ago yesterday. And so I've been home and I've just been watching it slowly melt.
yeah, how nice not to have to go out.
Oh,
Right.
it's been nice. I can't drive yet still, but
Uh-huh.
next week I can. I'm kind of itching. I'm getting a little homebound.
Yeah, cabin fever
Yeah.
happens to all of us. Well, we didn't have a lot of snow. I think it was only, I don't know, a couple of inches, but man, that ice underneath. Whoa.
Oh, that's rough. You guys had it
Yeah,
rough.
dangerous. Really, really
Very.
dangerous. Yeah. I did brave the ice to go to a doctor's appointment. I was really surprised he was even there the day before, but he was. I don't know where he lives, right next to his office, I guess. But um, yeah, we were the only tracks on the street that we live on. And that was three
Wow.
days, no, yeah, 3 days later.
Wow. Man.
So how long have you been a nurse, Mel?
15 years.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. You have staying power.
Yeah. I'm also a respiratory therapist. I started as a respiratory therapist and then went to nursing school. So I've been an RT since 92. So I
How did you
don't even
decide to switch? What was the
I needed
motivating?
I was tired of just going in rooms and I was tired of not going in rooms, but just not seeing the patient for very long.
Yeah,
15 minutes giving them a treatment or
in and
code
out.
blues. The adrenaline junkie part
Oh,
kind of
sure.
left. And so I went into hospice and I've been doing hospice for 11 years.
Oh, great, great. Well, I love that. I was that that's part of my resume also. Well, here's
Mm.
Bridget. Hey, Bridget. Good morning, good afternoon. Where are you calling in from?
California, so it's
Okay, so
morning.
it really is morning. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Wow. I used to live in Monterey. Are you anywhere near there?
Uh, no, but I've been there. It's in the same area. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Well, great, great. Yeah, I saw that they have a big new convention center there. So I'm trying to get myself booked in to speak in Monterey so I can go
Oh,
back and
cool.
have a look.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
They
we're
they have a nursing school there too.
what? Really?
Uh, I believe it's California State, but I'm not
My
sure.
goodness. Wow. Things have changed. I mean, I was there, what, 40 years ago. So yeah, definitely things have changed. My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, is that where you went to school?
That,
Where did you go to nursing school?
oh, I went to University of San Francisco.
Well, that's a
So
big school,
it's a big school.
isn't it? I thought it was.
Um, maybe. I went there 50 years ago. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
Things
Yeah,
changed by then.
probably have.
Yeah.
we were all be nuns, I guess now. It was very Jesuit and very Sisters of Mercy oriented.
Right. Well, your sound is breaking up a little bit, which is fine. But if it gets to be a problem, sometimes they say the sound comes through better when the camera is off, but also, or move closer to the mic. But
No
we can hear you.
bigger for me. I'm just excited to hear what you guys are what's gonna unfold because you have a way of having your space that you create is really big. So I don't know if you know that or not, but I'm
Wow.
just excited to see what will unfold.
Oh, thank you so much. No, we are happy to have a report back from the front. So that we had not heard that. So thank you for that. We're going to be speaking at the California Association of Nurse Practitioners next month in San Diego.
Cool. That's awesome.
It is. It's wonderful, wonderful to be here now. We've been in practice with our coaching program for 10 years.
That's awesome. I just had a conversation with Margaret Erickson
Ah,
Mhm.
and about something that I was curious about, and she actually told me to reach out to you too. So that's one of the reasons.
Oh,
how
wow.
wonderful.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
this will be the place to ask.
That's great. That is great. Yeah, we love Margaret.
well, she
She's,
loves you too.
yeah.
You got
Well,
vetted very highly. So, but I already knew that because I've been on your email list for CEUs. There's some reason I've been on your list. So yeah,
great.
yeah. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to hog the time.
No, that's fine. I don't know, Teresa, we're at
We're
top
1
of
o'clock,
the
so if
hour.
we want to go ahead and start, we can start the conversation. We're doing this on Facebook Live as well, so we wanted to kind of wait till that 1 o'clock because that's what we advertised. But Lynn, go ahead and get us started.
Well, my goodness. So today is the 5th day of February. Welcome to 2026. It's a new day and a new year for all of us. It's especially a new year for nursing. And absolutely, this is going to be the best year ever.
Yeah.
This is the year in which we redefine the practice of nursing and the things that nurses do. So we're just thrilled to be part of that great adventure. And the holistic nurses really were the heart of where we came from. And they've celebrated their 47th annual conference last year. We were starting our own school 10 years ago. So this is a big celebratory year for ourselves as well. I guess by way of introductions, I'll just say that my name is Lynn McWright, and I have a background as a nurse practitioner very early on, just 10 years after the very first program started at the University of Colorado. I attended at the school at the University of Minnesota, and it was interesting because they put us in the School of Public Health because the School of Nursing wanted nothing to do with junior doctors. So we graduated from public health, and now, of course, it's in the School of Nursing. So I guess I've worked in so many different areas. I've done everything, but mostly public health. Teresa?
So I graduated from Boise State University in 1993, so it's been a minute. Loved my program. I love the people that were there at the time that just loved on us and taught us and helped us be really good nurses. I too have done a little bit of everything. I've worked ICU. I opened a geriatric psych program. I did some home health, PD home health, and post anesthesia recovery, and a lot of entrepreneurial stuff. I really love bringing people in all different ways of showing up in the world. Lynn and I are kind of into the biotech world because we can see how that's going to affect the health and well-being of our patients and ourselves and society as a whole. And we just want to be part of that conversation. So Lynn and I have experimented a lot with holistic nursing. We met in 2010, I think, when she opened the Central Texas chapter of American Holistic Nurses. And she called me and she goes, yeah, I opened up the Central Texas chapter. Do you want to be our first speaker? And I said, no. I'm like, I don't do that. And so she called me a week later. She goes, how about now? And so I said yes. And it has been an amazing journey of incredible human beings and bringing nurses together who have this heart for healing, and know that nursing and that people are more than the sum of our parts. You know, the definition of holistic nursing really is treating a person, body, mind, and spirit as a whole, greater than the sum of their parts. And so that's what brought us to the nurse coaching space. Because it was brand new, we felt that we had the chance to grow with it, to learn how to do the nurse coaching, and to really elevate the profession. And that's what we're here to do. Elevate the profession of nursing, heal the nurse first, and bring our gifts and talents to the world. Nurses have knowledge that the regular public doesn't have. And we sometimes forget that. So that's why we're here today.
And I'm really reminded of a quote by Florence Nightingale. The knowledge of nursing is knowledge that everyone ought to have of how to put a body into a state of health. It becomes more important every day.
Yeah. And especially now. So welcome to the conversation. We're here to answer any of your questions. I'd like to just explain just a little bit about what an advancing nurse coaching is, because if you're here, it's because you've probably looked up about nurse coaching and are curious, but not really sure where you want to land. So I just wanted to tell a little bit about what advancing nurse coaching is. We're actually what we call insight-based nurse coaching, which means that we really understand that people make decisions based on their own thoughts about life. So our course is very experiential. It's insight-based, which means when we have an understanding about how we work, we make better decisions from that place. So it's for nurses who feel called to coach, but they don't really want to turn it into another performance protocol, a problem to solve, a code to crack. It's also not about learning techniques that we apply to clients, we actually come alongside them and help them find their own way. And we stay out of their way. We just become the presence and the supporting guide, if you will, to help people make better decisions for themselves.
We're
And we're
walking
really
beside them, but a little bit behind.
a little bit behind. Yeah.
It's their goals that they're working toward.
Yeah. And the really the foundation of this program is understanding human experience, how it's created. It comes through as your presence. It's not something we effort or strive to do, but it really does become the foundation of your coaching. When we know how we work psychologically, how our thoughts work, how it informs everything we do, we open up space for wisdom. We open up space for new answers. And clarity and grounding are the most important things you can do as a human being, not just as a nurse or a coach. And when you understand how thought works, how life works, our stress, our fear, our well-being actually improve. So
Well,
that's
and speaking of self-care, I really realized last night that I have some new words to say about that, which is I know that a lot of nurses are just exhausted and quote unquote overworked. And I want the message to go out that the very best way that we can care for ourselves is to love ourselves unconditionally.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why you're here, to be together with like-minded nurses today, and hopefully have some of your questions answered about the future of nursing.
So the floor is open for you.
I'll go ahead and put our little links in the chat in the event that you may wish to schedule a private time with either of us. But in the meantime, here we are, and would be
Okay.
delighted to field questions.
This is Melissa. I have a few questions. I would like to be a grief counselor. Is this the type of program that would be beneficial for that? I want to help and specialize with losing a spouse or a pet. I really want to help someone. I've lost a husband 13 years ago, and I almost died. I literally did.
Mm.
And as a hospice nurse in the hospital, and I'm certified in that, I want to help beyond that. And I'm trying to find the right program for that. Is this
Mm.
something that would be beneficial for me?
Oh, tremendously beneficial. When I looked into certifications for hospice nurses, hospice nurses actually are the most highly certified um, segment of our profession.
Okay.
And there are probably some very specific hospice credentials that could be found. But I do know that one of the early programs in nurse coaching, actually, the one that I attended, had a lot of people who were doing grief counseling. And they were mostly at that time located around Mayo Hospital in Rochester, Minnesota.
Okay.
So with that background, I would say yes, absolutely. The only exception would be if there were some place that you specifically wanted to be employed and they required another certification. But this would be, in our eyes, at least, really ideal.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I love that about nursing, about nurse coaching. We can do all areas. All areas of nursing can become nationally board certified nurse coaches.
Yeah.
Every specialty.
Is
Yeah.
there a payment plan or something like that that enables us to do this?
We have a couple of different ways to register. One is the bundle where you get the entire 4-course program at the same time. Another way is to sign up for individual courses. And whether you do it the first way, the bundle way, or the individual way, there are also the 3 payment options.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, you're sure welcome.
Well, I guess I'll go next.
Okay,
Thank you,
we're
Bridget.
ready.
Well, I've been in some of your groups before as a continuing ed, so I'm already a health and wellness nurse coach. I mean, I've already got that, and I've been through a program. And I just want to say to Mel, if the being in a group like people that are learning how to be coaches, like this coaching program. I've never gone through this coaching program, but I will just say it's one of the most supportive environments I have ever found in nursing is the nurse coaching, uh, the environment to learn how to be a nurse coach was one of the most satisfying experiences I ever had. So I couldn't encourage you more. And the other thing is, you might have your specialty and all that, but how a program like this changes your identity is like you can't even imagine. So you might have go in with an idea like that, and then what you let the environment shift and change in you, it just really is a surprise and a wonderful surprise about all the other. I think Lynn mentioned that, all the different areas you could specialize in as a nurse coach are just amazing. So that's really exciting. I think I'd like to be back at that. Well, I wouldn't really, but that was a great time of my life. And
Well,
I went through it, I think, in 2013. And I was a director of a nursing program, and it was extremely toxic. Environment was one of the worst jobs I ever had. But during that time, I was also in a coaching program. I was Linda Barks, Wisdom of the
yes.
Whole. And every week on Wednesday, it was on the phone. We didn't do Zoom for some reason. I don't know why, but that was the mode of whatever learning. And it was the most incredibly supportive, expansive experience I had. So I just want to encourage Mel to go for it. It's amazing.
Wow. Gosh, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Teresa and I are also the chapter leaders of our local holistic nursing group, and we've done a conference or a retreat annually since we began. And I know that in 2019, we had a real treat. We had the privilege of inviting both Helen Erickson, the nurse theorist, and her daughter, Margaret Erickson, the director of the Holistic Nursing Credentialing Center, to be speakers for us.
Wow.
And as the day went on, I overheard one of our students who had graduated from another program telling Helen Erickson that our course was the missing piece in all of the other courses.
Yeah.
And so she was taking our course even after she had become certified.
Yeah.
We have several people who've done that.
So exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
It was fun to hear.
I wrote a piece for the Beginnings magazine when they had the issue on coaching a couple of months ago, and in there I mentioned one of the things that occurred to me along those lines was that nurse coaches are desperately needed to be positioned in schools of nursing in the skills lab, I think, and above and beyond has having nothing to do with even, learning skills. The skills of communication and
Yeah.
the skills of deep listening and the skills of being in a group where you can trust and have some vulnerability. That kind of skills. I think that is really, if we could position nurse coaches to lead the way in that way, for not just the nursing students, but also for the faculty, that I think there's just such a, I mean, I've been a nurse educator for a long time, and I just know the grift and the toxicity in the educational systems. So all of that, the nurse coaching, um, that identity could really just really profoundly change a lot of individual people as they, get go through the nursing program and get their, pass their boards and then become nurses, to have that in their back pocket as far as an experience and as far as some a skill set to have. I couldn't, I mean, I think that would be like the icing on the cake. So,
Oh, absolutely. Well, Teresa and I were really privileged to have been invited to be on faculty at Texas Wesleyan University. So we are adjunct faculty there, and our course, the
oh,
same course that we have online, is a required course for all of their nurse practitioner students.
oh my God, guess what?
Hmm.
I was in Dallas in 2019 and I was gonna move there.
Oh, wow.
And I went to Texas Wesleyan and spoke with the director of nurses. And I think she told me that.
Heidi Taylor.
Yes, I talked to Heidi Taylor. Oh my gosh, isn't it a small world?
It's a
I've
It
very
been
is.
there
small
to
world.
Yes.
that campus. And
Yes.
that is the truth, that they do have that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think they're the first doctoral program to have holistic nursing, and specifically holistic nurse coaching.
That's fantastic. Oh, thank you for reminding me that. I completely forgot. That was
Sweet.
not the whole rest of that time in Dallas. I was in South Lake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice, but it was a terrible experience for me, but it that was a nice bright spot, was going over there and visiting that campus. And I'm not sure why I went over there, but oh no, I do know. I think I met Heidi at a holistic nursing conference. Yeah,
Wow.
so that's how. Anyway, I thank you for giving me that, remembering that.
The connecting link,
I
the
love it. I love
missing
it.
link.
That's
We
awesome.
do that quite a bit with our students. Because we travel quite a lot. And if we have a student close, we'll go meet up with them. And meet one of our students that lives in Maryland came to San Antonio, and I drove a couple hours to have lunch with her and her family. And it was just wonderful. People think you can't have deep relationships on Zoom, and I disagree.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. But
It's
also
very good.
having that, being willing to go the extra mile like you did, Teresa, that's awesome right there. That means a lot.
It is such a great memory for your life,
Mm-hmm. It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of memories because I'm, quite elderly. Um, and so I'm privileged to have a lot of memories, and some of those, especially about some nursing stuff, isn't so wonderful. A lot of it is, but it's so nice when things like that happen, and then you can just
Right.
kind of go, oh yeah, that was so sweet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have actually been contacted by other universities now, so it is an avenue that we are currently exploring.
Yeah, we'd
That's,
really like to see this program be part of either a prerequisite for nursing,
yep.
because it would give them, you have to take one anyway, not a prerequisite, but a
Elective.
elective, as an elective. Because I took a couple of electives, I just had to pick one.
Yes.
I would have picked this one, you know, because it's such a life-changing experience, like you said. I didn't know I needed to know this, even as a nurse, when I learned about what we teach in our program, which is really literally how thought works that creates our experience of life.
Mhm.
And I've heard it, Lynn and I've been to a lot of nursing conferences, and they say the most powerful thing in the universe is thought, right? But we never talk about it. And we talk about it, and we help people see, you know, if you know where your experience is coming from, you know where other people's experience is coming from. And when we both know that none of us think alike ever, we get to calm down and really learn to communicate and listen better. And when we don't hear the way the other person intended it, we actually are able to go, well, that's really not what I meant, but there's no offense taken. And that's one of the things that I have noticed, that I'm like, I did too say that. Well, maybe they didn't hear that. And so it's perfectly fine. But that's where a lot of miscommunication happens, and people get very upset, and we go off thinking, you know, one thing, and we actually left something totally different.
I was thinking about that this morning. Remember the game we used to play when we were kids, and it was called telephone?
Yeah.
And there was like 10 kids lined up in a row, and the first one gave the message to the second, and so on all the way down. And the last one had to report in what the message was. And it was never the same as the message that began.
Yeah.
So we call that separate realities.
Mm-hmm.
We all live in our own separate reality.
Yeah.
It's nobody's fault. That's the way it is. And when we can recognize it, we can stop beating each other over the head.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the bullying is going to be gone when that realization comes to the profession.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have another thought about bullying that I think the origin of that also, I mean, I don't know if this could also align with what you just said, Lynn, but bullying in my book and what I've seen and experienced over my 50 years as a nurse comes from us like not being willing to look at the nursing shadow. And the nursing shadow has to do with lack, scarce mentality, not enough, not being enough, not having enough. And when when people haven't, when we haven't, when I haven't looked at that as my reality, as the thought that creates my reality, that there isn't enough,
Mm-hmm.
then the bullying is totally rampant in that kind of environment. And it's there. And, you know, no amount of reporting a bully to your supervisor at a magnet hospital
No,
is
no.
going to change that. That is just horse manure. I don't know where somebody ever got that idea, but that's not what's going to change the bullying. The bullying
Right.
comes from thoughts that are
Yep.
allowed to continue and not ever shown a light on. We're just completely missing the boat on that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if that
we're
aligns with what you were saying, but
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're really privileged to have Dr. Bill Pettit, a psychiatrist, who is part of our faculty in our course. And he always says that we're never broken and that nothing is lacking.
Mhm.
And when we realize that, we will know who we are, be
Mhm.
able to stand on our own 2 feet, represent ourselves and our profession appropriately. We will not only have a seat at the table, but also a voice to articulate what it is that we have to offer humanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a
I've heard.
reason we're the largest profession in the world.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that he so graciously says, he said, when people are in that state of mind, it's because they have a lack of hope.
Lack of something. Yeah. Hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A lack of hope that, oh yeah, I know there's a better world, but not for me. I know it could be different, but I'm different. Or, you know, it's that place where we criticize ourselves way more than we criticize other people, but it comes out in different ways. And I think it's really good to know that, like, it's the way thought works is equal to every person. Equal.
Yeah.
It's not one person is better than another person. We all
Right.
get to have the experiences that we have, and knowing that it's ours really is what does the internal shifting.
You can hear the purest of truth from the clerk at the grocery store.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Or a 5-year-old in the airplane line at the airport. Funny.
Yeah. So another part of the article that I wrote that has become like something I think is more true for me than I've ever even imagined is that I throughout my 50 years and whatever have realized that going for self-actualization for me, myself, and I is the greatest thing I can do for the profession of nursing.
Yes.
Right. It's true.
And just even the thought, this was hard for me to get to because I have I come from a big family, first of all. I'm the oldest of 9 kids. So just separating myself out, individuating myself was huge. And then also coming into this collective of nurses. And what I had to do and what I encourage nurses that I coach or what I'd like to do in this program I want to develop is to step out of identifying in the group of a nurse or a family or a role and get into what it is that I want in this lifetime, who I am, what strengths I bring, what it is I want and what I need to what negative thoughts I have. So doing that in a flow-based way, I call it pragmatic holism because
How cute.
I found,
Nice.
yeah, I was a holistic nurse for years. I got that certification. I think it was in 1998 or something like that. But so I've been like involved in love with holistic nurse theory. You name it, which one, um, for years. But I also found that it didn't really have anything to say about some very practical matters in my life. So that's why I call what I do pragmatic holism, because I started adding in some of the human potential movement things that were going out, like maybe that doctor, is his name Dr. Bill Pettit?
Got it. Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, he sounds like he's like has studied all the, quantum theory and just the reality of who we are as humans and what we have, our potential and our ability to create our world through our thoughts, all that. But we can't do it. I don't think nursing is big, and I'm just going to go out on a limb. No, people will not like what I say here. I don't think nursing is big enough for our lives. I think you can step out for a minute or two and heal all the things that we're talking about right now, the internal thoughts, the inner world curation so that the outer world changes. But and then you can step back in as a self-actualized human, aka a nurse, and then we can do something, but not the other way around. I don't really think that hasn't worked for me. I needed to know more about money. I needed to know more about, just a lot of things that I don't find holistic nurse theory really touching. As wonderful as Jean Watson is, I think, she's missing some big pieces, and that is reality.
Yeah.
I love her to pieces, but I also think she's got to be compromised, first of all, with money. I don't think these are all going out on a limb things, just from being an observer of holistic nursing people for years. But anyway, that's just my whole thing. And that's what I think if we just could step out and get into a healing environment for ourselves as individual people, going like soaking up sounds like some of the premises and the concepts in your program. And then we can go back in and do, whatever. I just don't think it's big enough for my life. It's not, which was a big aha for me. It was like almost, what's that word when you
Realization, insight.
yeah, well,
An
yeah,
epiphany.
anyway, epiphany. It was an epiphany, but it was like something that you don't want anybody to hear you say because it's so bad and wrong and whatever. I mean, I had a lot of judgment on it. Okay, let's just put it that way, that I
Yeah.
shouldn't say anything like that because nursing should be this big, huge thing. But I found that it really, in truth, was not big enough. But anyway,
Yeah,
I know you can't.
nursing really is the largest profession. The second largest are the physicians, and we outnumber them 4-1.
Mhm.
But beyond that, what you're saying, I've absolutely felt. I'd like to go back to Maslow's hierarchy and turn it
Oh,
upside down on its head,
yes,
because self-actualization is the most important part, and
exactly.
he's got it positioned as the last, and that just
No.
absolutely cannot be the way it works. So we have a lot of I don't know, unlearning and relearning, I suppose, to do. But in the meantime, I remember when people in Hawaii were talking about whether they wanted to bring legal action against some of the children of the missionaries that had come to Hawaii. And the missionaries were fine, but their children really took advantage of the local population. And
Wow.
the feeling there was that it could only be done if it were done with the feeling of aloha, with the feeling of love. So I don't know, where that is, but it's something that's understood worldwide.
Yeah.
It has to be love. I mean, I
Well,
think,
and I think you're right, Bridget, that if we don't love ourselves first and we don't acknowledge ourselves as human beings first,
Mhm.
we're missing the best parts of our life because we think of nursing as our identity.
Exactly.
That's something we do,
Exactly. It's not who we be, it's who
That's
we
right.
do. It's a
Right.
do.
Well,
Absolutely
and
correct.
nursing is being in a relationship with patients or other people, but the most important relationship is the one with yourself.
Absolutely. And we have never allowed that to be true because and because we've done it that way, we have gotten the accolade of being the, most trusted profession. Well, of course, that's our entire focus is the other entire. But
self-sacrifice.
it's
Yeah.
totally that way, right?
Mhm.
But if we were to just maybe, take a like it's the word I'm missing on the word, but like a chance that maybe if we took, it's like self-care, but it's on self-care 2.0.
Yeah.
And it's deeply loving ourselves, not in a, kumbaya, put the purple scarf around your neck and have your lotus flower love. It's like really deeply knowing who we are and what is possible for
Yeah.
us this lifetime as humans. That kind of love is where I think nursing needs to go if you're up for it. Not everybody is interested or willing to go that deep, but I think for me that's the thing that really turned everything on its. I mean, that's where I actually got some traction in my life personally. But, and then to go back with love, there's nothing, well, that's all we are anyway. That's
Yeah.
all we are. There's nothing else that's true. But in case we have a belief that we are acting out of inharmonious feelings or whatever, that's not true. Like I say that about Jean Watson. I love her to pieces, of course, but I'm just saying that yeah, go back and then see what, you know, as self-actualized nurses, then acting from there as coaches or however our identity takes us, then we can possibly, you know, create this incredible other
Well,
more
and
healed.
it's not as though it hasn't been considered. We did a retreat, I think it was 2018, and we brought the nurse theorists into the room. We actually made
I did.
posters
I
and
did.
posted them on the wall.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because I think it was Rogers came into the room with us. She
That was Parsi.
fell off the wall and came into the room with us. But they've all said this in their own way. They just did not have today's words, and they did not have today's listeners. So the moment has finally arrived. We are here, and people are looking for us.
Yeah.
So true. So can I ask you, did you really mean you had actual physical nurse therapists in the room?
Yeah.
Posters.
Oh, the
Posters.
Oh.
We
I
did
don't
have
think-
the posters, but Helen Erickson, also nurse theorist, modeling and role modeling, was in the room with us
Yeah.
at
Another
a different
year.
conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Okay, well, I'm going to share something really quickly because I was in a I don't go to, I don't get invited, or I don't really invite myself, I guess, to many things with, you know, nursing, with holistic nursing, even though I've been in it for years and I actually presented at the last conference.
Oh,
But
great.
anyway, I did go to this one Zoom conference not very long ago. In this little group was maybe 12 nurses. And in that 12, I think 3 or 4 of them were nurse theorists. Do you know, I was appalled myself, just completely appalled at, especially a couple of them, but one of them was talking so much about Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale, Florence Nightingale, Florence Nightingale. And listen, I love Florence Nightingale. I mean, these are not anything I'm arguing against. But all of a sudden I realized, I looked at this woman talking about Florence Nightingale and I thought, girlfriend, why don't you be vulnerable with this incredible group of people that you're in the Zoom meeting with and share how you have wanted to be a mystic your entire life? But she can't say that. She's not in a place, you know, you said they've been wanting to say this kind of stuff, but I mean, now's the time.
Yeah.
And why would you not share that? What's wrong with that? I don't have a I think that's fantastic. If you're a human and you want to be a mystic, OMG, good for you. We need that. That's so
Yeah.
good that that's in your being and your whatever. This lady could not. I was like, I was dumbfounded. Like I so expected her to be so, I don't know where I'm dreaming, but anyway.
More vulnerable.
What?
Yeah, she would have to be more vulnerable. And she wasn't willing to do that as the expert.
No. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's the level that young people now are expecting truthfulness at that level.
Yes.
Okay. That's what you're saying, I think, Lynn. And
We see it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And they are opting out because they're opting out. They don't want this mess that we've taken on and done for years. And
They won't be who we
no,
were. Not at all. They're not about that.
not at all.
The Nurseology group is an interesting group. Nurseology.net. They've got a online conference coming up at the end of February, and we don't happen to be speaking this year, but they're international now, and it is an interesting group of people, and they do
Did you guys
reflect
speak at the Nurseology before?
Yeah,
four,
like the
four
last
times.
4 times.
Well, can I ask what was your topic for them? I'm just curious. I do know who they are. I do know who they are. So I'm just curious what kind of what topic did you?
We taught what we teach in this course.
That's
We
the
call-
only thing we
It's
speak
the only
about.
thing we ever talk about is
Oh, it
the
was
mind, thought, and consciousness, and how that really is the foundation of all human experience and actually guides our entire lives.
wow. That's so great.
And so in my view, we talk about it as the single paradigm. There is no other paradigm that we've ever lived in.
That's awesome.
And when
father-
we see it, what's interesting is when we see that that's true, all the nursing theories come into alignment. People have talked about, this isn't brand new. This has been around since the beginning of time. We just have a very simplistic way of talking about it that does the heavy lifting and gets us out of our way. You know,
Right.
we don't often
we use
recognize
common
that.
language today.
Mhm. Yeah.
We if you read things that were written back in the 50s, they're very, very couched. And the truth is there, but you kind of have to read between the lines to find it.
Absolutely. You're right.
Marie Gill invited us to come to the Margaret Newman Dialogues at the University of Tennessee in Memphis, and we were there in June. She opened the room with some of Margaret's original writings just for us.
Wow.
I took pictures. I was like,
That's fantastic.
and you know, it's really interesting. One of our students that took our course after another course that said this course was the missing piece to hers called me not even a month ago. She was doing some research on nurse coaching
Yeah.
from another book, and she called me. She goes, Teresa, I saw it. I saw it. I said, what did you see? She goes, the principles are in what I'm reading right now. I said, I know.
Another nurse theorist writing.
Another nurse theorist, but she said, I knew I had heard you say that a million times. And now that I've seen it, I see what nursing has been basing its practice on from the beginning. And that's one of the problems that nursing has had is we don't have a foundation to base our practice on. We've borrowed from this, we've borrowed from that.
We're not a standalone.
Yeah, and yet what nurses do is the human connection, and it is the most important part of health and healing.
It is.
Beyond that is the knowledge that we have from everything that we've learned through, you know, from Florence Nightingale on, you know, fresh air and sunlight. You know, a nurse was the one that figured out that sunlight cured babies
Jaundice.
with high bilirubin with jaundice. A nurse started the Red Cross. You know, there's a lot of things that nurses have done that other professions have taken over. Physical therapy, respiratory therapy, you know,
Now, how about even hospital administration?
yeah.
Yeah, like all of
Yeah.
them now are these respiratory therapists that have gotten their degree and now they're running the hospital and they just push, no nurses are running hospitals. It's all these other,
Well, because
usually
they think they
guys.
need us at the bedside, but they
Yeah.
need us in
Yeah.
all the places because we have a different view of what health and healing really is. And of course we have, you know, we have to have budgets and we have to have, you know, new inventions, and we would not want to live in a world where there was nothing new ever happening. But
Right.
keeping the human connection until we embrace humans in all of the decisions that we make,
Yeah.
we'll continue to have broken systems.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it a lot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Teresa, what are your thoughts about our time?
Oh, I was having so much fun. I wasn't looking.
No, I wasn't either until a second
Mel,
ago.
did you have any last minute? Did we answer your questions or?
You did, thank you. I've just enjoyed listening. I'm very, very interested in this program. I just honestly, I have to figure out how to pay for it.
we
get
hear
in touch
that.
with us.
We-
Yeah,
yeah,
get in touch with us.
us.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Thank you.
I think unless anyone has anything else, we just really enjoyed being with you and hearing your thoughts, and creating a space where nurses get to talk is really one of the things we like to do.
Well,
Yes.
I took you at your word that you had no agenda. Otherwise, I
We
wouldn't
did
have
not.
taken up that kind of time with your stuff.
No,
Nope.
no,
This is
you're
what it's for.
so welcome. Um,
Yeah.
I did think I had something to say. We may be doing these more frequently. No final decision has been made yet, but we find them very rewarding ourselves, and we're just starting to do live streaming. Actually, this is our first, so this is there's something that we're looking forward to bringing to a larger public than we have previously.
Right. Very good. Did you record? You record these or?
It'll be on Facebook on our page. So you can come and watch it again if you want to.
Oh, boy.
Teresa, you had some words that you spoke when we began, and I don't know if you know what those are right now,
I don't.
but okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I just think, we're in the very best profession. We're in the profession that will change the world. We will absolutely transform healthcare. And there's no second guessing why we are here at this time. It's intended to be so. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
look forward to another time.
All
Be
right.
well.
Take care. Be well.
Alrighty. Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.
Thank you for being so open. Great.
Oh, you're more than welcome.